Morena. It is Friday morning, 6:45. Just woke up a little bit ago, did my 50 push-ups, 16 proper non-stop, and then the rest were on my knees. I've had a banana and my blood thinner pill, so now I'm just going to go for a little hikoi, little walk around the block, around the neighborhood. And yeah, I had some thoughts about what I was going to talk about. I've been thinking about business quite a bit with my coaching business that I'm doing. It's going through quite a lot, to be honest, and I'm starting to run into like practical limits in terms of, you know, how many hours there are in a day, how many people I can reliably, comfortably kind of handle and talk to, and how many sessions back to back. There's been, like yesterday was kind of a horrible day, good day in another way. I basically had back-to-back meetings, and then I discovered an issue with my student loan that I had applied for. Essentially, it was declined, or it was pending decline, based on not having enough points to get student loan, which was so confusing because I did the same thing. I was studying part-time and it went through fine. I think the difference between now and the first time was when I enrolled, they signed me up to the whole year, which made me eligible, whereas this time I was just enrolled for Q4 because Q1 enrollment doesn't start until November, and the course deadline is September, so it's impossible to enroll in more than one paper. So the only two options. Option one is to do full-time, which I can't, because yeah, then it'll make it impossible for me to work in case I do need to work. No time to make money, etc. The other option, which is the one that I've chosen to pursue, is filling out this form. It's a limited full-time form, which I didn't know about. Basically, if you have a medical condition, serious medical condition that you can't study full-time, you fill it out. So that's what I did, basically, because I had a stroke last year and I'm still recovering. I'm wary of, you know, overcommitting. Don't know if I can do full-time, like the hours and stuff. So I put that through. It was like an 8-page form. The weird thing though, it only was 2 or 3 pages of actual stuff. Page of my details, page of the reason why I can't do full time, and then a page for them to sign and fill out. So I got that done yesterday, went to the student hub in Manukau, scanned it, uploaded it to Connect, which is like a online portal for StudyLink and called StudyLink, and they said, oh, it'll take maybe 24 hours for them to receive it, and then they basically have to acknowledge receipt of it, and then they can make payment to the university. So yeah, just gotta wait really. I'm gonna call them at 8 o'clock just to check, and if it's not there, I'll have to call back around midday, 1ish, which is when I submitted it. I also went back to the collections team, the fees team from the university, and said, hey, might need a little bit more time. I didn't expect the loan to be denied, and frankly, I shouldn't have to run around like this, because I provided all of my paperwork. They know that I had a stroke. They should know that I should have gone through that route to begin with. None of this would have happened. But yeah, just awaiting him at the stage. Somebody I talked to from StudyLink, he was really good. His name was Ravi. Sounded Fijian, but he was very helpful. He basically said, yeah, as long as we get the information back from the university, we can process it quickly. We can process it urgently. So I'm just having difficulty with the university, to be honest. StudyLink is actually pretty good, surprisingly. Now it's up to the university to come back and show some understanding. So yeah, that's kind of the main focus of today. That's the main stressor. Well, there's another one which I can't really talk about. It's more of a family, personal thing, but yeah, that's also what made yesterday quite tricky. So basically running around yesterday, I had to reschedule 3 of my meetings. So I only had one coaching call, which got moved from like 8 to 4:30. That went to 5:30, and then I had a call at 5:30 to 6:30 with an old friend from work, and that was great. That was a great conversation. He basically talked about doing an animated video for me for like marketing, promoting my business. When we worked together, he did this like a little animated clip, which was themed around superheroes and his team being superheroes. So when he saw my video promoting the business, he was like, oh, I've done that before, maybe Nathan would be interested in, so I'll reach out to him. So that's what he did. Reached out to me. He said, hey, we caught up and stuff, but then we got to talking about more, and I'm like, bro, as soon as you said that to me, I had all of these cool ideas about, animated clip here. Even during like the sessions, there's a portion where I do like storytelling to connect the person to the greater Te Ao Māori Rangian public creation story. So at the beginning of each call, it's like 30 seconds. I kind of ask them to close their eyes and then try to transport them back in time and tell the story, and then connect how that phase relates to that particular call. So like, for example, on day 3, it's all about separation. Day 3 is about conflict. Day 4 is about separation. Rangi and Papa being separated. So I'll tell them that story. Imagine them there, and then I connect the dots. Be like, okay, so we've separated, we've broken free from, being trapped, and now you're in a new world of understanding, a world of light. You've emerged as this new superhero self. So I just said to him, I said, that would be really cool if that first part, for the visual people, if they could watch it, which is another thing that I thought about when I talked to a recent person that I'm taking through. She mentioned that she's a kinesthetic learner, and I'm like, oh, I never thought about that. How can I incorporate learning styles? And then I thought, well, for the audio type people, that like closing your eyes, telling them a story, that might work for them. For the visual people, they might want pictures or imagery or the video. For kinesthetic people, that one's a bit trickier because it's online, so you need to come up with some kind of activity that they can do, and there's like opportunities throughout, so maybe just getting them to write on post-it notes or something during the session. But another thing that I'm finding is that the actual content that I'm getting people to go through is probably more like a workshop or a full-day wānanga at a marae, spread out over like 4 to 5 to 6 hours, whereas these coaching calls, 45 minutes, it's not really a lot of time to go through that kind of stuff. So it's a new problem, new dilemma, because one of the things I said to pretty much everyone I've talked to is I've had so many coaching calls where it's just so structured and formulaic that if I've had enough calls with this person, I pretty much know what they're going to say. There's like 3 or 4 questions. It's like there's this one lady that comes to mind. She kind of comes in the call, all this energy, positive. She's like, so tell me about what's going on. Tell me about all of the good things. And then, talk about that. And then next question is like, okay, so tell me about what do you want to do next? And then the next one is, okay, tell me what you want to aim for before our next call. Like that's it, 3 or 4 questions. Copy paste. I know what's coming. It's almost like, what am I paying for? I'm just paying for the accountability and talking to somebody. Like I can kind of coach myself. And that's what another client said to me. She said, I can talk to my husband, I can talk to my sister, I could be doing something else, I could be watching my favorite TV show right now. Why would I talk to you? And the answer that came out of her mouth was, because I believe that you have something valuable to share and you have a unique approach, and everything that I'm doing is pretty unique. Like if the call needs to go longer, I let it go longer. I don't cut people off at 45 minutes. Be like, okay, sometimes I have, but generally it's like one size doesn't fit all. Sometimes you need to allow for fluidity, flexibility. So yeah, anyway, I'm losing my breath. This is becoming a real long video, so I'm gonna pause here, do Darren Daily, talk to you later. Cheers. We windy here. It's probably hear the wind. Just going for a beautiful sunset. Yo, it is, what's the time?
7:19.
7:19. Time to go sleep. Almost done 10,000 steps. I think I've done 65 push-ups. You saw me, I did 15. I did 16 this morning. So yeah. Gotta do 35 more. Have dinner. Review some notes I took from a coffee session. Anyway, see you later.